Welcome into the Lakers Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham, here on a Saturday. We got some rumors to catch you guys up on now that the offseason is upon us. Let's kick things off with the latest on D'Lo and D'Angelo Russell. Jovan Buha says, or had this tweet talking to D'Lo saying it was tough. It was tough to agree with it in terms of going to the bench. Russell said despite that, he didn't want to be a distraction to his team and wanted to be a professional about the situation. So where do the Lakers and D'Lo go from here? Because obviously they traded for him, and he did some decent things after the trade, but in the playoffs didn't really show up at a high enough level. 13.3 points per game, 4.6 assists. 42.5% from the field, 31% from three, whereas I think he shot like 38% from three in the regular season. So he did not play up to the standard that they needed him to. To be frank, he played worse than Russell Westbrook was playing before he got dealt. So I think that is notable as well. Here's D'Lo on his future. As far as the future goes, I have no idea. I think when you put a group out there that knows the game and everyone wants the same goal, I think you'll have some success. We made it to the Western Conference Finals. I think General Manager Rob Pelinka has some decisions to make, not mine. Would love to be here and be able to tend to it and contribute to that, so we'll see. I think at this point, it's more likely D'Lo is gone than he returns. There was a report out there that the Lakers have no interest in signing him to a max deal, which that's kind of obvious, right? With his play, like he's not going to get a max, but he could command $20+ million on the open market. I would not be surprised if a team out there did that. I mean, he averaged close to 20 points in the regular season and shot the ball pretty well. Our projection is between 4 years and 80 and 100 million or so. So you're looking at 21, 22 to 25 million per year. I would not be surprised if he got that at all, especially considering this free agency group is pretty weak. I mean, D'Lo is one of the top free agents on the open market this year. So the Lakers have some decisions to make. He's got to decide if he wants to chase top dollar or maybe give the Lakers a discount. I mean, could he go back for 18 to 20? I think if that was the price, the Lakers would certainly entertain that. But 25 million, if someone's going to throw him that, I think the Lakers say, hey, best of luck. We appreciate your services. What do you guys think? Will D'Lo stay in Los Angeles? Type S for stay or L for leave. Get your votes in down in the comments. Remember, the Lakers got to figure things out with Austin Reeves as well, and I think he's a bigger priority at this point. S for stay or L for leave when it comes to D'Lo. Now, Shams Charania also talked about Fred VanVleet on the Pat McAfee show and said that I think Kyrie Irving and Fred VanVleet have to be at the top of the Lakers list. So I don't know if he's reporting that or if he's kind of just connecting dots of like, hey, like if I'm the Lakers, I got to get one of these two guys. Now, we've talked about Kyrie here on the Lakers Report. Let's focus more on VanVleet here today. Clutch Sports client, so you've got that. And again, one of the top free agents this year. So he will have suitors in free agency. Now, VanVleet's kind of a funky player where he's not the most efficient guy out there, especially this year. He did not shoot the ball that well at all. Now, he still averaged 19 and 7, but under 40% from the field, under 35% from three. He hasn't even shot 42% from the field in several years. But could he get back to like 2019 through 21 level where he's, 17 to 20 points, 37+% from three, 40-ish% from the field? I think you'd live with those numbers if you could get there. Now, he does have championship pedigree, so you really do like that. When it comes to Fred VanVleet. He's won a title. He's been a major contributor on multiple playoff runs with the Toronto Raptors. I think there's a pretty good chance he leaves Toronto. They're kind of a franchise stuck in the middle right now. Do they enter a bit of a rebuild? They could trade Pascal Siakam and or OG Anunoby. So we'll see what the Raptors end up doing. VanVleet might just be a guy, even if they do want to bring back some of their other pieces, that they might just let him go. And if I'm the Lakers, I would be interested. I might even rather have him over D'Lo, if I'm being completely honest. Now, there are cap logistics you have to jump through. If you sign VanVleet or a Kyrie, that you got to let Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura go, two major contributors to your playoff run. Plus, you're going to have to get one of these guys to sign for less than the max. Now, I think that's feasible with VanVleet. I don't think VanVleet's getting the max. I think he's probably a $18 to $22 million per year guy, 3 years, $60 million, something like that. I could see that being the type of contract that he gets. Now, Kyrie may only come over if he gets a max, because Dallas reportedly will throw the max at Kyrie Irving. Now, he, of course, made some noise recently by sitting courtside at a couple of Lakers playoffs games. And then, he got upset because fans were speculating about his playing future. So he went on IG Live and sounded off. He said, "I'm a free agent this summer, but I am in no rush to make a decision. When they speak on my name talking about potential teams, can y'all please stop paying attention to that? People have hijacked my name. There's so many past stories that are untrue about me. I have the confidence to speak by truth." Now, based on this quote, you would think, Kyrie may not be set on returning to the Mavericks. Here's my advice to Kyrie, and I said this on our Mavericks channel too. It's like, don't fuel the fire by sitting courtside at Lakers games and expect NBA fans to not speculate on where you're going to play. Like, that's what fans do. It's just a part of the deal. If you can't handle that, like, I don't know what to tell you. It's not criticism. It's just fans being fans and trying to figure out where these players are going to go. Now, Kyrie played really well for the Mavericks. I mean, he averaged 27 and 6 after the trade. Shot the ball really well, 51% from the field, 39% from three. Again, like I mentioned earlier, the reports are that the Mavs will offer him a max deal. We don't know if it'll be a 2-year deal, 3 or 4. There's a report out there that could be a 3+1, 3 years plus a player option for that 4th year. So that could be in store as well. We obviously know the Kyrie-LeBron relationship and connection going back to Cleveland. But again, especially with him, you sign him, sure, that sounds like a great trio with Anthony Davis and LeBron James, but then you're losing a lot of your depth. Hachimura's gone. Austin Reeves is gone. You might have to dump Vanderbilt in some kind of sign-in trade, so keep those things in mind. Now, out of these 3 guards, who would you rather have, knowing that if you pick Kyrie, you're going to lose Reeves and Hachimura? Type D-Lo for D'Angelo Russell, KI for Kyrie Irving, or FVV for Fred VanVleet. Pick one guard that you would rather have and let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the Lakers Report. We're going to continue to bring out videos as often as possible. The latest free agency news, rumors, trade buzz that's out there. The Lakers are always connected to all that stuff. So we're going to keep you up to date with everything surrounding the purple and gold. Now, LeBron James, a little injury update. He's exploring options on that foot injury, reportedly playing through a torn tendon in the postseason. Remember, late in the season, he opted to not have surgery, wanted to return for the playoffs, which he did, and obviously played well, helped lead this team to the conference finals. But now surgery is definitely on the table. We'll see if he opts to go that route or with more of an extensive rehab. Here's Shams Charania again via The Athletic here, saying James will undergo further evaluations, but a surgery that could sideline him for 2 months during the offseason is among the possibilities. If surgery is required, James would be expected to recover by the start of training camp next season, which to me, I know he's a little bit older, which is maybe why he's trying to not do surgery, but if it's a 2-month deal, like, just get the procedure, man. Like, get fully healthy. You don't need to train the next month or 2 anyway. Like, get geared up for next season because you don't know how many seasons at this level of play you're going to have left. I mean, I think he was kind of doing it for attention, but if he's already even slightly thinking about retirement, then the end is definitely somewhat near. So it's always a concern to have surgery, especially this late. But if it's a 2-month recovery, I would just get the surgery if I were LeBron. Here's what he had to say about his injury. He says, "I'm going to get an MRI and see how the tendon either healed or didn't heal and go from there. We'll see what happens. I knew I could get to the finish line. Obviously, I knew I had to deal with it and deal with the pain or deal with not being able to be myself before the injury, but there was nothing that made me feel like I couldn't get to the finish line." So basically saying, I put off the surgery. I thought I could play through it, which, again, he obviously was able to do. I definitely think it impacted his play, especially late in games. I mean, the fatigue definitely set in. He didn't quite have that explosiveness night in and night out. Didn't bring that aggressiveness. Settled for a lot of jumpers, but he still played really well. I mean, he's a big reason why they were able to get to the conference finals. They just didn't have enough juice on this team to take down the Nuggets, who are obviously playing really, really well. But, I mean, the numbers still speak for themselves. The one thing that stands out is the three-point shot. Didn't have a ton of lift there. A lot of those shots were short, but still averaged 25, 10, and 7 almost. I mean, that's That's ridiculous at 38 years old, if we're being completely honest. All right, what is your concern level over LeBron's injury? Scale of 1 to 100. I'll say like a 35. I'm not super concerned, but he is older, so if he does have to get a surgery, that's mildly concerning, but he played at a high level through the injury. If the surgery goes well, he should be fine. Let me know what you guys think. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next time here on the Lakers Report.